390 Wagon Master here. It's Lollipop Day at UDX HQ. Got a couple late model Lollipops. These are about early 90s era. I know this one's like 92, 93. I believe that's about the same. The problem with these microphones, if they're not used, the little leaf switch contacts get oxidized and they get dirty even from just sitting. And it's more oxidation than anything. And what happens is you get really scrunchy audio. So listen to this. Okay, let me turn up the volume here. There we go. I've got the other radio squelched up. Let's turn that mic gain down here. But that's what happens, makes that noise. And actually the Silver Eagle was worse. I'm the second owner of that. I got that from a really cool old guy that lived up in Port Angeles. He was a big gun collector, and he had this Silver Eagle, a Cobra 2000, that little B2500 base station amp I had, and a Mako 5/8 wave. Actually, it was an Avanti V58. Same difference. Anyway, he sold me everything except the radio. He wasn't quite ready to part with the radio, but he didn't want the Lollipop. So I'm like, well, okay, because it is in very good shape. Yeah, really good shape. In fact, the chrome held up better on that than it did my Diamond Eagle here, and I am the original owner. My wife bought this for me for my birthday back in 92 or 93. And anyway, so I fixed the Silver Eagle because it's a pretty easy and quick fix. And I thought, wait a minute, why not make a video on this? Show you guys how I do this. Now, I'm not saying this is the right way or the only way to do it, but this is how I do it. I do not use a burnishing tool. I actually have one, and I have no idea where that's at. That thing's been gone for years, many years. However, the burnishing tool actually would be kind of a pain in the rear as far as I'm concerned to do what we've got to do today. So anyway, I already have the bottom off of the Diamond Eagle here. And so, yeah, let's get started. We're going to clean this puppy up and make it usable again. And the regular old school G-stand Lollipops will also do this, but not as bad as the ones with the push-to-talk bar. The other ones have the leaf switch up here, and those can get noisy, but it seems to be not as much as the push-to-talk version. I forgot what they call that actually, but anyway, I'm not really a Lollipop guy, but anyway, we'll get to it and fix her on up. Okay, so before I tear into the Diamond Eagle, I thought I would just show you what these look like inside. So this one's a PC100 with somebody's initial. This is also a PC100, and that's why I believe these are from the same era. Pretty interesting. This has kind of a more modern, clear cover on the 9-volt plug. So I've never taken this one apart other than this, as far as just swapping out batteries. I put this one back together exactly the way it was, with the wire between the little PTT and the board. I guess that's just the way they go. These wires here were just pretty much in the same exact position, kind of pinned between here. So I was very careful to put that back exactly how it was. And that's how this is as well. They obviously saw the error of their ways and did that a little different. So I'll try to put that back together the same way as well. And when you're putting these back together, you'll want to orient this strain relief spring here. You want this towards the top of the base. You don't want this flipped around here because then it'll come down at an angle and it's not right. I've seen a Lollipop put back together that way. And what else? That's pretty much about it. They used a little bit different a pot here than they did here, but basically those boards seem to be exactly the same. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so we have it disassembled, and we have now accessed the little leaf switch here. So from what I remember, my old burnishing tool, I probably wouldn't have been able to get in there anyway. I don't remember if that was a GC Electronics or not, but let me get my bubbles glasses down here. But anyway, what I'll use on this is I will use some 2000 grit wet dry. And you just want to be easy on it. You don't really need to apply a lot of pressure, but what we're going to do is I'm going to work the top and bottom of each contact. So I'm going to get that in here, and I'm going to gently push down on it and just slide it through. There's a little mark on it already. Okay, I am going to I'll do it one more time. Let me get in there. And I don't want to sand them down, right? We're just cleaning it. There was some more. Okay, I'll flip it upside down. And we're just gently pushing on that leaf switch, and you don't want to distort those anyway. Okay, and let's go to this next one here. We'll just get her in there. Now, what I'll do a lot of times on relays, let's see, we're getting stuff off. What I'll do sometimes on relays is, and then let me just put this down and get that in between that one too. I'll use a little bit of deox. Like I'll take and shoot a little deox on that and run it through wet. But I don't want to deox this because I don't want to attract dust. Flip that upside down. Let's get that bottom contact. If I remember right, on the other Silver Eagle, it was this bottom contactor that was really the culprit here. Okay. We're not trying to sand it down or anything. We're just cleaning the oxidation off. So then what I do is I'll take a clean sheet of like cardstock paper. This is like 150-pound paper. I'm trying to film and see this at the same time. Push that through. That left a little mark. You can see that, just barely. And what that does is that helps clean it off as well, but with no abrasive. So the old timers would do this with old school matchbooks. Some of those, I guess, were rough enough to do it. Let's get her in there. Ah, come on, Mike. Come on. Try not to get in the way of the camera.
we've got a little bit of action on there. Let's get down in here. Like I say on the other one, this was the, I'll just work that back and forth. It was that bottom one that was the bad one. And I don't know why I'm turning it over. I keep, you know, both sides of this piece of paper are the same, right? Just a habit. In fact, that technique works so good, I'll just run through some of these other ones that way. Now, like this second row down here, I'll just let the spring action of the leaf switch do the work. Look at that, we got more off. And I'll do that again right here on the bottom. I mean, while we're in here, I don't really want to be tearing this thing apart. I honestly don't even like handling this microphone. The coating on it is not very good, or the plating is not all that hot. Come on, camera, focus. So I don't know if you can see that, but in off-camera-ness, there's a decent amount in there. Not as much as the Silver Eagle had. I do keep this in the box. There we go. But for the most part, it's pretty clean inside. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to throw a battery in there, but let me throw something in there for a little insulation here. There we go. Love you long time. Let's see, where's a battery? I'll hook this mic back up. And let's see how that goes. Let's put this battery to it. By the way, these batteries suck. These are Amazon batteries, and I bought a bunch of them back a couple years ago, and I don't like them. Cool. Let's turn up the radio. Let's see if we have it now. There we go. This Cobra 29, I have a VFO wind up in it. You hear that? Woo! No static. No static in my attic. Turn up a little mic gain here. Beautiful. Sounds like an 80s Bad Company. Sounds like that Bad Company album. What was it? Desolation Angels, was it? With the disco drum in there. That was a terrible album, actually. All right. Got some more off. But, yeah. I love it. Okay. So that's a go. I'm feeling pretty good about that. And so I'll just put this together and get it in an operating position, and we'll see what happened, or if it worked, or whatever. Yeah, before I put it back together, I did notice this, though. This dirt in here, this is not the filings from our contact switch, because we didn't really file it down, right? I rubbed my finger along there and cleaned that off, but yeah, by golly, there is dust that gets down in there. Of course, I knew that, but anyway, again, this mic stays in the box. It's lived 99.999% of its life in this box, but you can still get dirt in there. No, you got and pick. So anyway, again, that's my reasoning for not wetting that wet dry down with any deox. This will last for the rest of my lifetime, I'm sure. All right, now we'll put it back together. Okay, I'm just gonna tag a couple of these in. that in. There we go. All right, I'm not gonna get them in there tight yet. I'm gonna get all those in there, make sure that bar's lined up right. There is a little wiggle room in there, so I'm OCD enough where that would bother me. And the screw, as you notice, I'm not gonna reform that. I'm just gonna leave that exactly the way it was. It worked. And yeah, this is what I was talking about on the spring. Nope. Right, we don't want it in like that. We want it in upside down. Ask me how I know. Let's see here. There we go. Stop shaking, Mike. All right. So we'll just kind of looked like this one was in a little ski-wompies. All right, see, this is what I was talking about. See how that's over too far? So that's the way we'll want it. We'll want it that way. I guess I could just line it up here and hold it. So I'm just gonna kind of key it down, I guess. I don't want to waller out those heads. Oh, you know what? That's for naught. Okay, this one feels stripped. Kind of. Okay, it's the bottom ones that have control over that alignment. Okay, I get it. So let's do that one. And that one. We're not building the space shuttle here, so I'm not going to get too crazy with tightening it. We're not sending her to Mars with Elon. There we go. Cool. All right, let's widen up the shot a little bit. Move it, I should say. Let's see what we have here. Oh, gotta put the battery in. So I've washed my hands about 50 times. I generally don't touch this microphone with my bare hands, but kind of have to on this one. And I don't have white gloves. That'd be weird, wouldn't it? But yeah, I've already sent this back. Back when I first received this mic, I had to send it back. Oh, dude, that's perfect. Okay. No noise. Turn up the dynamic here. Oh, let's turn up the mic gain itself. How about that, eh? Come on. Yeah, it was all the way off. So generally, when I run a Lollipop, especially when they have a good head on them and stuff, I back it all the way off, and then I just crack it open, you know, like an eighth maybe, and that always seems to be good. Hello, hello, hello. All right, let's see here. See if we feed back. Hello, radio, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. No more noise. Okay, and before we put it back together for you D-104 aficionados out there, this one was from the Diamond Eagle. I keep calling it Gold Eagle, but it's Diamond Eagle. This is brass, or supposedly. Anyway, this is from the Silver Eagle. What is that? Part number 41514 LO or something like that. And this is a 41514 LO. And I noticed something, how this has this, like, looked like it got wet at one point or another. This could have been at the factory. I'm not really sure, but it was not in my possession. No siree. All right, quit futzing around, Mike. Let's get her back together in 4K.